Hey guys, this is opening checklist continued. This section is going to be on fruit mix-ins. First thing you do is you need to get ready. Get all your mix-ins from the day before out of the fridge, put them on the workbench. You want to get all your containers out, and then you also want to get all your lids out. Get organized so we can do this quickly as possible. The key here, let's do it on the workbench. That's where we do this. This is why we have a workbench. So to get started, we always want to move them into new containers. And what I typically do, if it is not fruit, I put it on the shelf because it just makes it a little easier. And every night, every day, these things have to be rotated into clean jars. Again, no fruit goes down here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do the non-fruit ones. This one is your wet walnuts. What I typically do is I'm just going to let it drip in there. Just makes it a little easier. Okay, the last one we have, I keep it down last is the fruit. It's real important that when we open these fruit, that we're looking for bubbles. If there are typically bubbles in there, that means it's gone bad. You can also smell, and then you can also taste as well. But this one looks good, so I'll pour that one in there. And just kind of be careful so it doesn't get messy. It's okay. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if you can't really tell by the smell. It's good. But I can't tell you how important it is that we are checking the fruit in the morning for freshness. Again, open. If there are bubbles, it means it's bad. Smell, it's good. Because there were no bubbles. And the last one is maraschino cherries. They're really low, so I'm going to go ahead and refill them first. And then I'm going to flip them into a new container. If you're restocking and you empty one of the fruits, if it's blueberries, pineapples, then you want to get your to-do list out and note to yourself to thaw blueberries, just so you can make a note to yourself. The next thing we're going to do is we want to come over here and we're going to add water. And the reason I put the non-fruits on the bottom shelf, because we do not need to add water to those. We only need to add water to the fruit ones. And what the water does, it actually keeps the fruit cool. Now it's real important that you add enough water. So if you actually see here, if the water is not touching the fruit, it's not going to do any good. So what I like to do is I like to use the water in here and I push it out. That ensures that I have enough water. So I do all these. And it's okay to use the sanitized water because the water is not touching the food. So you're good. once you're done with that, you're gonna put all your mix-ins on the cart, and then we're gonna go put these on the slab. What I like to do, again, just like the dry toppings, you want to put your most popular ones in the middle. So typically I'll put my strawberries, cookie dough, Reese's Cups and Brownies. Those are usually my big containers. And then I'll put my small containers on the end. And I like to rotate the colors a little bit as well. And the one I usually put on the last is your large strawberries. These are the strawberries that we use for smoothies. I typically put those in the very end because I don't want the staff to be confused to use these strawberries instead of the fresh cut strawberries in the middle. So as you can see, it's all organized and orderly. And we want to make sure that it looks like that when we start serving customers. And that is it. Thanks, guys.